Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting day. You know why? It's voting day for me. I already filled out my ballot, I signed and dated it, made sure everything was good to go, and after this I'm going to drop it off at a ballot box nearby. So I'm super excited. I am going to be talking about some politics stuff, encouraging you to vote, and it's going to be a super fun get ready with me. I'm going to be doing a classic, kind of vintage inspired, neutral with a red lip look today. I'm just kind of taking you guys along for the ride with me, and it's going to be super exciting. So let's get into it. First, I started off by priming my skin with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love this primer. I know it's a little bit expensive. I've heard that there's also a dupe from e.l.f. that I'm looking forward to trying. So if you're balling on a budget, looking for something cruelty-free and amazing, highly recommend that. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in the shade S10 Porcelain. And it's not, honestly, it's not too heavy on the skin. It's not very cakey. And I've never used it before with the Hydro Grip. So I'm eager to see how it lasts, and I can definitely keep you guys posted on that. Okay, so now I'm going to blend this in and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Now, let's be real. This foundation sits beautifully on the skin. And by the way, I'm using completely natural light. There's no ring light, no tricks, no filters. You're getting completely natural Dahlia. For my concealer, if you're an OG, you already know, I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach. Just gonna do that under the eyes and on some acne bits. So I'm really excited about voting this year. I was excited to vote in the 2016 election as well because I was in college. It was my first time ever voting. And, you know, I was super optimistic back then. And Donald Trump won the election. That was a really dark day. But you know what? I, for the past 4 years, have been increasingly politically active. I have been inspired to get more involved with my community, with volunteering, with encouraging other people to vote, with educating myself on issues like racism and misogyny and systemic inequality. Like, I have done more since the 2016 election than all of my years combined before that. And while it has created a lot of divides in our society, from my perspective, it's shown me where a lot of people's true values are. It has been illuminating to see that some people in my life, and I'm sure you can identify no matter where you sit on the spectrum, it's illuminating to see where people's priorities truly lie. And when the crap hits the fan, if you will, you see how people react in times of crisis and what truly matters to them. So for brows, I'm going to do them off screen really quick, but I use the NYX Fill and Fluff pencil in the shade Auburn. She is tried and true. She has a little buff brush. She has a pencil on one side. I love her, so I'm going to do that really quick. I'll be right back. And so really quickly, I'm going to put on the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer just before I do my little neutral eye look. I've been using this recently. It's a new product. I really like it so far. I noticed that it has made a difference in the staying quality because normally I usually just use my concealer as a primer and it doesn't really work and it creases. No matter who you are, no matter what your background, I seriously encourage you to get involved in politics and know that your voice does make a difference. This election, I would say, is the most important one, definitely in our generation, if not ever. Because so much is at stake. Our very democracy is at stake. For the palette that I'm using today, it literally just came in the mail. I'm super excited to use it. It's the BH Cosmetics Glam Reflection Rosé palette. Oh my gosh, she is shiny and reflective. She is literally untouched. Oh my gosh, can you see these gorgeous shades? And also my apartment in the mirror. I'm really excited. I'm just gonna do some like neutral brown tones and some white to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. So let's just like go in with the white first. Oh, I'm already happy. I'm already happy. Yes. If you don't know BH Cosmetics, She is a great, affordable, cruelty-free brand, and I just got these 50% off. I did a little mini haul, and I can do a video with the other palette at some point because it's absolutely stunning. I think it's called Aurora Lights, and I used the BH Cosmetics Galaxy palette recently in one of my other videos. Highly recommend you check that out. Super fun. I absolutely love their dreamy, shimmery shadows. This one has a lot more mattes in it, but I needed that. I was looking for a neutral palette specifically with some cool tone browns because I feel like that's kind of hard to find, and that's what I'm going for. So, you know, we've got some nice iridescent white sparkle going on. She's beautiful. I'm gonna do, there is a little bit of fallout with this palette, I can already tell, so just quick warning. I'm gonna go in with the middle shade. This looks like a tannish brown. I'm gonna put her on the majority of my lid. That's nice. That's a nice little nude. We like her. Okay. Not really warm, not really too cool, just kind of, you know, in the middle. Looks a little warm on camera, but I really am digging this. Okay. But yeah, regarding the election, I mean, if you're aware of the news, then there are a frightening amount of things going on with this current administration that are warning signs of fascism. And I don't really even think this election is about party, and that's why it's so important compared to some other elections in the past, because not in my lifetime or even in my parents' lifetime was fascism a huge issue in our country, you know. I don't think you'll be surprised by this, but I am proudly voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I am not the hugest fan of Joe Biden, but I'm a huge fan of anything that's democratic and not fascist. You know, and at the very least, I feel like it should be a huge red flag to people who are even hard to convince, like boomers and, you know, some of the older generations and more conservative people, that if our president characterizes Antifa, which just means anti-fascist, by the way, and it's not even really a group, it's just a political ideology, the biggest red flag should be characterizing anti-fascism as a domestic terror threat, because that means that you're threatened by anti-fascism. Like, I feel like all of this is pretty simple. Also, this eye look, I'm loving this so far. It is so light and natural. It is so beautiful. I am tempted to go in with a darker color, but you know what? I'm keeping this super simple today. So for eyeliner, I'm going in with my Illamasqua liquid eyeliner in the shade Black. She is a vegan, cruelty-free brand. We love her. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, eyeliner is on. We're looking swell. We have pearls. We have a jumpsuit. We're politically involved. We love that. Okay, this is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. It's one of my new faves. I love her. She's great. We're gonna put that on. So, as I was saying before, once again, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is that you get involved in this election. And beyond just voting blue in order to save our democracy, I would encourage you to vote on every issue and prop that is on the ballot. And you can go to, I believe it's votersedge.org. I will confirm in the description the link, because it explains to you, depending on your district and where you live, it explains to you everything that's on your ballot, because it is very long. At least in California, my ballot was many pages long, and there were like 25 props. So it explains to you the argument for and against in a pretty unbiased way. It explains arguments from the mouths of people who are for and against each issue, and it also has all of the candidates for each seat that's open, and can tell you some of their key views and like key issues that they want to work on. So I found that very helpful, especially for little things like my local community college seat and like things of that nature, you know. I feel so excited to vote, and I never thought that I would be so excited about this, but I also never thought that we'd be in kind of a fascist society, so I'm gonna go in with my Bahama bronzer by the Balm Cosmetics. You know her well. She is grand. I use her exclusively. She's the only bronzer I use. Cut that cheekbone. Fight the patriarchy. Yeah. Reform those institutions. ACAB. Also, just like while I'm on my soapbox, thank you for listening, by the way. Thank you for tuning into this video. I just want to say that I know a lot of people have a lot of feelings about ACAB, about police reform, about police abolition, and my 2 cents is that while of course there are lovely people who want to better society and protect people, it is an inherently racist institution. If you look up the origins of police, they started as slave patrols. In an ideal society, of course, they would be on the streets and preventing crime as it happens, and there wouldn't be as much crime. But, you know, I also like to think about, well, why does crime happen? You know, and often it's because of deeper issues like poverty, homelessness, lack of sufficient care into people's mental health, lack of community funds and resources for marginalized groups, food scarcity, lack of education. There's so much, the school to prison pipeline. There's so much in our society that we need to really handle before we can talk about like Band-Aid issues, you know? Okay, for highlighter, I'm gonna use a new Colourpop highlighter. I'm super excited. It is the Super Shock highlighter in the shade Pearlized. She is the creamiest consistency I have ever used for a highlighter. Let's just, oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, you guys. Oh, hells yeah. Oh, hells yeah. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. Oh, and if I didn't mention, I use the Ciaté London blush in the shade Pinch Me. She's great. So now for lips, we're gonna go in with the LimeCrime liquid metallic lipstick in the shade Red Hot. So I'm gonna put that on and I will be right back. Okay, so the lipstick is on. She's beautiful. You can kind of tell she is a metallic sheen, and I'm gonna finish off with the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Long Lasting Setting Mist. She smells so good. If you like coconut, highly recommend this. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm super excited about this. I think this looks absolutely beautiful, honestly. I am super impressed by BH Cosmetics. I'm super impressed by this new Colourpop highlighter. And I'm super thankful that you chose to watch this. And I really hope that you do take the time to register to vote if you're not already, and vote. Specifically for president, but for everything else too. I think that political engagement is an integral part of being a US citizen, especially if you're not a cis, white, straight, rich dude. Which, if you're watching my channel, you're probably not. So, you know, I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you're doing okay. I know the world is chaotic, and every day the headlines are shocking, frustrating, and almost unbelievable. But if we band together and fight for what's right, then we will succeed. I truly do believe that. So go out, vote, get politically engaged, and know that I'm in your corner 100%. And stay tuned for another video soon. I love ya. Bye.